My name is Bob Surgeonar. I spent my career as a police officer trying to protect the citizens of the city from the criminal element. As a patrol officer, I patrolled the city trying to prevent crime from happening. As a detective, I investigated crimes that had already occurred. When it comes to crimes involving guns, no matter how fast we respond, we are usually too late.
It's a crime the people of Berea are having trouble comprehending. A 46-year-old woman is murdered at a Little Caesars restaurant, and the suspect is a high school student. News Channel 5's Jenny Dean joins us live from Berea. And Jenny, what have you learned?
Soon after the victim was shot, she staggered to United Dairy Farmers, where she died within minutes.
When she stumbled in the door, next door, she said, "I've been shot," and then when she collapsed, she said, "Please don't let me die."
As the woman lay dying, the suspect fled the scene, but not without a nearby...
Every year in the United States, 16,000 people are murdered. Recent studies have shown that of all the victims murdered by guns, 91% are unarmed.
Yeah. This is Ruth Price of 3877.
What's the problem, ma'am?
Oh, there's some guy been checking the place out.
How?
Well, he went in the back. I have an apartment in the back, and he said he was looking for a guy, and he comes to my door. So I live alone, and I'm an old lady.
Mm-hmm. Where is he now, ma'am?
I don't have no idea.
The United States has the highest gun ownership rate in the world. There are 85 guns for every 100 Americans. In 1987, Florida issued the first concealed carry permit for a private citizen. Florida has issued over 2 million concealed carry licenses since that time. Today, in the United States of America, there are 7.6 million concealed carry permit holders. Folks, do you know how many active military personnel there are in all branches of the military? 1.4 million. Gun permit holders in this country outnumber soldiers by a ratio of over 5 to 1. And yet we are made to believe by all of the mainstream media that gun owners are a small band of renegade nuts who are clinging to their guns and religion and are a threat to society. There is a concerted effort by liberals to paint us as dangerous, and the complete opposite is true. From my experience as a gun owner and as a police officer, there is not another group of people that are as humble and friendly, as considerate as gun owners. A few years ago, a firearms instructor in Texas who operates classes for people to obtain their concealed carry permits realized that his students weren't carrying their firearms, even though they had the legal authority to do so. We decided to do something to help gun owners feel confident in owning and carrying their firearm. We started a nonprofit corporation called the Gun Owners Legal Defense Network. We are staffed by a network of law enforcement officers, including patrolmen, detectives, state troopers, and sheriffs, along with gun experts and concealed carry instructors, and some of the best attorneys in the country, well versed in the laws regarding firearms possession and use.
They wanted to provide a coverage to those who were charged with a gun offense when they were actually operating or using their weapon legally. With the Gun Owners Legal Defense Network, we are going to provide what you need at the time you need it. And there is no limit on that defense. If you get sued civilly for whatever the claimed infraction is, we're going to provide a defense for that also. And there is not a limit.
The Gun Owners Legal Defense Network has exploded into an organization that is helping gun owners in all 50 states. No matter where you travel in this country, you are covered. Our mission is to eliminate the fears of most gun owners and instill the confidence that is needed in order for a gun owner to feel comfortable with their gun and to carry their firearm without worrying about any kind of legal repercussions.
As a police officer, we are always being scrutinized for everything that we do. We're always worried about being sued for this or sued for that, and obviously the biggest one is if we ever have to take a life in defense of ourselves, another police officer, or a citizen, what's going to happen afterwards. I have had many opportunities to have drawn my weapon on people. Fortunately, I've never had to use it, but every time I've drawn my weapon on somebody, it is running through my head whether or not I'm going to be sued. Even if I'm found completely criminally righteous in that respect, the civil suits are going to come.
Even veteran police officers are apprehensive about using their firearm. But they have the backing of city prosecutors, police unions, and the best defense attorneys available. That fact gives police officers a little more confidence when they are forced to use their weapon. So if police officers get legal backing, why not all gun owners? That is why the Gun Owners Legal Defense Network has compiled one of the most comprehensive teams to help gun owners all across the USA. For the nominal fee of $100, we will provide our members with an attorney at no additional cost if they are ever charged with a gun offense when they are legally carrying or using their firearm. We will even review cases where a law may have been violated, but the member saved a life or prevented a tragedy. We will look at each incident on a case-by-case basis, and when we defend a case, we will cover 100% of the attorney's fees for both criminal and civil cases. We offer a $25 discount to family members who sign up together. We also offer the same discount to retired law enforcement officers and active and retired firefighters and military personnel. One of the officers on my department has a routine he uses when he makes a traffic stop of a concealed carry permit holder. Most of the time the driver is very apprehensive as the officer approaches the vehicle. On one occasion, the driver, keeping his hands on the steering wheel, nervously told the officer, "I'm a concealed carry permit holder, but I don't have my gun." The officer bent down, looked in the window, and replied, "Why not?" He finds it amusing, some of the surprised looks he gets with that reply. He then tells the driver, "We need more good guys out here with guns." You can bet that those drivers who experience those contacts with that officer feel much more confident when they drive away from those traffic stops.
I never, as a police officer, will ever fault somebody or be harder on them on a traffic stop because they have a concealed carry permit. I know they have that concealed carry permit. As soon as I stop them and I run their plate, I know they have it. So I'm not worried about them. I wish more people that have the concealed carry permits would carry their weapons.
I've had my concealed carry now for about 4 years. I can honestly say that I've never felt comfortable carrying my gun. But it's nice to know that there's an organization like Golden out there to help protect you.
That's our mission at the Gun Owners Legal Defense Network. We need good guys with guns.
Not many people realize that when we sat and we had to hire an accountant, and the accountant looked at this and said, "Well, this would be a great thing. Why don't you be a for-profit company?" And one of those directors that I named earlier spoke up and says, "That's not why we're in this." In a time when everybody's talking about guns, people who have guns that are afraid to even carry them anywhere, even in states where that's allowed. Those of you who have taken the CCW classes are very knowledgeable people, but there's still that fear, what if? What if I'm defending myself? What if I'm defending a loved one? What if I'm defending someone nearby and I'm there? What am I going to get charged with? What am I going to get sued for? The Gun Owners Legal Defense Network, Golden, is at your side, is at your call. Just simply dial that 1-800 number and we'll take it from there.
You are on your way to become part of the largest group of organized individuals in this country, the concealed carry permit holder. You and almost 8 million other patriotic Americans realize the original intent of the Second Amendment, written by our extremely wise founding fathers. You have the constitutional right to own and bear arms. There may be a day when you will be called upon to save a life. If you're not wearing your gun, you may regret it for the rest of your life. Thanks, and please be safe.